Let me look at a couple
because
seconds
what
of the
they
debate.
do is they offset the potentiality that those industries will be absorbed by other markets and increase that market share of that nation. And if you increase the market share too much of that nation, you can no longer compete with them in any industry, in whatever the specific industry is. That's one. And two,
Yeah,
for the purpose of national defense, there's some industries which you need to keep maintained. And three, when you have the largest market on planet Earth for people to access for your goods, you have the power to cripple their economy overnight if you do it correctly. So there's three great incentives for why tariffs are good ideas and always have been, including the reason that we currently have tariffs now. Now, you would have to say that all tariffs hurt the worker. I mean, you can't really believe that all tariffs are just anti-worker because they could raise the price. There's obviously good reasons for tariffs.
I think for every rule there's an exception. I will grant you the whole thing about national security. I think, yeah, you want certain things to be made in America.
I can't believe that you would want to hurt the American worker for the purpose of the military-industrial complex, Alex. Why would you want the government to have defense of the? Why would you want the government to be able to defend itself properly against other?
I don't know if you're familiar with.
Here, I'm just going to tell you, Alex. I agree. I'm going to give you the agreement. So here's the agreement. I totally agree with you for the purpose of national security. What I'm telling you is that any industry which is stolen by China needs to be halted for the purpose of national security, regardless of that industry. There's almost no industry which would not benefit the Chinese economy and their military, their own military-industrial complex against the United States. Not a single industry. Anything which goes towards their bottom line that we can stop is for the purpose of national security. So you're just agreeing with me that tariffs are good.
Let's assume, I'm not saying that they're good or bad. I'm saying they're against workers. That's the claim I'm making.
Okay, so national.
No, let me finish. Come on.
Getting invaded by the Chinese is against the workers.
We're not going to get invaded by the Chinese.
How do you know, Alex?
Don't fall for it.
Okay, so
Alex, don't fall for it.
Historic
Oh
standard,
my God.
We were invaded and attacked. Yeah. We were.
Let Alex talk a little bit, Andrew. Time.
Right? Do you know that we could have crippled the entire Japanese oil industry overnight if we had chosen to? We could have crippled them. They wouldn't have had it. They would not. No. We didn't. The thing is we didn't finish it. If we had, they would not have even had a fleet to begin with. The fact that we saw that they had these mass manufacturing prowess literally overnight, you could have crippled their economy. You could have crippled. We could have crippled many economies. In fact, no. We almost did, not quite. But what I'm telling you is that there's always going to be the idea of war.
Andrew's steamrolling Alex right now.
Any of your adversaries to become big enough, to become big enough, the idea that they can then challenge you in warfare is a significant issue to national security. So any of these trade surpluses they have, any manufacturing that they have that your base doesn't have. Like if we were to depend on Chinese industry for steel for our warships, how could you say that that's not part of our national security or national defense? How could you say that?
Well, that's not what I'm saying at all. And I don't see how starting a trade war with China is actually going to protect national security. I just disagree with that argument.
Okay, then
let me finish. Let me finish for once.
Okay.
And also, I think that you could tariff the fuck out of China, but there's a whole bunch of other countries they can still sell to. For example, we saw that when we put a lot of we pulled a lot of penalties on Russia after they invaded Ukraine. That they just wound up forming BRICS, and they wound up basically doing a lot more trade with other countries, and now there's a threat of them moving off the dollar. I don't want to detract into that, but that's.
But Alex, don't you think that if you have, let's say you have 30 other markets that you sell to, but your primary market share, 50 or 40 or 30% or whatever, let's say in this case 60%, yeah, whatever it is, right? The combination of these other markets, right? If you lose that 25% market share, right, it's a significant blow to your economy or whatever this industry is. And you can take the pain a lot less well than we can. We can take the pain of this.
Who can take the pain? The average American worker?
Yeah, of course, because you're yes, you're securing.
Some guy.
You're securing their job. You're securing, bro.
He's being fired from his job because this company is manufacturing a lot less exports. Him being fired from his job and then paying 10-20% more.
Nobody. Okay, so first of all, you're talking about industry. You're talking about industry-specific jobs. Yes, there's going to be some pain for them, but you're also talking about the increases in prices are not even unaffordable in most of these tariffs. They go up negligibly.
Alex, you gotta stop letting them fucking overtalk you. That's number one for Alex to get back into the game, because right now Andrew is just steamrolling this nigga.
You're talking like 20, yes, negligibly. And by the way, it incentivizes people domestically to buy products from American nations if the Chinese company can't compete. It's the access to the market share. You're just denying the access to the market share. Yes, the United States, the welfare queen who subsidizes all of its citizens now, right, subsidizes damn near everybody now. You think that they can't offset a trade war with China? Of course they can, and you can destroy their entire market share. The thing is that globalist progressive elites don't like that. They don't want that, because that would make Americans way too rich if they had all of these industries secured that were theirs. They don't like that. They don't like the idea of that. What would happen, Alex, if you had cross-generational wealth and made $250,000 a year as an average worker like you used to? Why? What would happen is control grids would start slipping out. So, yeah, the thing is like, yes, it's good for the American worker, absolutely, for you to make sure that you can secure future American industries. Very good. Yes.
So the average American worker, someone, let's just say, who most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So let's say some guy who works a manufacturing job at some company, and he's living paycheck to paycheck, right? And then he winds up losing that manufacturing job. Well, actually, let's not even go there. Let's just say he keeps his manufacturing jobs, but he pays 10 to 20% more for everything.
No, that wouldn't be everything.
Trump wants to do tariffs.
No, he doesn't. There's nothing in his economic plan that says he's going to tariff everything. That wouldn't even be possible.
He said that.
You think we're going to tariff Canada, Alex? You think we're going to tariff Canada for their goods coming in? No. Trump historically did not tariff everything. He tariffed specific industries. When you say people are going to pay 20 to 30% more for everything, this is wild panic mongering. It's not true. There's some industries which get affected because you're crippling the industry of the opposition. You saying that they're going to pay 20 or 30% more for everything is insane. However, I can tell you how that can happen. You can pay if you raise the taxes across the board for every single company in order to raise revenue, right? That will raise the prices of everything by 10 or 20% across the board, let's say. Because now that's a uniform, concise tax on all goods, which is hidden to the consumer. Anybody who manufactures anything is paying the same additional tax rate. So yes, they're all going to be paying a much higher percentage for everything in the economy, not via tariffs.
What are the comments saying right now? Let me see.
Should we take what Trump says at face value, or just any president?
I don't even want to be biased. Where's Alex channel at?
It depends on if they're being hyperbolic or not.
I think it's a channel called Plan.
Well, he has said repeatedly over and over again that
with fire or something.
Across the board
it's hyperbole, dude. When he's saying across the board. So first of all.
So let me see. Oh, is he not showing it on his? Oh, he's not showing it on his. Okay. Damn. For real? Oh, it even says it, but it's not showing, I guess. Alright, cool.
They want to do hyper-specific tariffs on industries that we have trade deficits with. So on some goods, the prices are going to go up. That's true. But when you say like 20 or 30% for everything, that's la-la land, dude.
Well, I never said 30%. I said 10 to 20%.
Yeah, whatever. It's La La Land. No.
That's exactly what Trump
Moderator is nice. Moderator didn't moderate not whatsoever. And I gotta be honest, like, I'm unbiased in this one. So it's like, hey, let Alex talk. Like, what the fuck?
I agree with this fact that Trump has said this many, many times.
Yeah, I agree that Trump could be hyperbolic, yes.
Okay, not exactly the answer to my question. Do you disagree with the fact?
Yes, I think Trump has said this, and that Trump was being hyperbolic.
Sure, that's possible. I'm just taking what he says at face value.
Why? Why? Well, I don't understand. Why is it? Well, how is it that you can detect when I'm being hyperbolic but not Trump? Why do I just assume like, oh, Alex knows Andrew's joking around. He's engaging in hyperbole, right?
No,
if I say like all women should just shut the fuck up, you know it's hyperbole, right? Like you know that I'm not literally saying all women should shut up.
I know you a lot better than
you
Trump.
see Trump way better than you see me. Yeah, way more than you see me. So the idea here is the same.
How many conversations do you think I've had with Trump?
You don't need to. How many times have you seen him be hyperbolic though? That's my point. And it's like, so what happens is, if you want
I'm not sure if he's hyperbolic or not.
you can become, you can become a literalist on this. It's fine. I don't really care. Here's the truth. The truth is,
I think we should just take what the person says.
Okay, that's great. I don't think you should. I think that's why we have fact checks and everything else. But the idea here, nobody in the United States, which is why, by the way, the guy was elected even via popular vote. Nobody thinks that this guy is going to tariff all goods coming into the United. That wouldn't even make sense. That wouldn't even make sense.
I agree, it doesn't make sense, but Trump does things that don't make sense.
Yeah, whatever. Dude, no, he's not going to tariff all goods. That's insanity. He's going to be focusing. He's going to be focusing on the
part of my boy
nations, so that we can correct the deficit in trade with these various nations. That's it. By the way, that's traditionally what he did with his tariffs to begin with, right? And by the way, he can't just unilaterally do this. Congress has the power of the purse, just so you know. Doesn't matter. You think that Congress is going to vote to tariff every good that comes into the United States? No.
I think Congress will do whatever the fuck he wants.
What? Okay. Well, Alex, you want to take a friendly wager just between us? I will bet you right now $1K that Trump does not tariff all the goods coming into the United States. I'll bet you he doesn't even tariff 30% of them.
Andrew, I'm agnostic on this. I don't know if he is
agnostic.
or he's not.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if he is or he's not. I can't tell the future. I'm just going off of what he says. But anyway, I feel like we've kind of reached a dead end on the tariffs thing. I do want to fly through some points relatively quickly that we didn't get a chance to get to. And I guess we're 2 hours and 20 minutes in, so then we can wrap up. So here are just some plain facts. So in addition to, under his administration, over 200,000 manufacturing jobs being outsourced, the companies who did the outsourcing were rewarded with huge federal contracts. And here's the fact. The Trump administration awarded an average 2.5x more in contracts to firms that outsourced than those that did not during his term.
Okay.
Is that not anti-worker?
It depends on why it was done.
What could be a reason that it was done that would be pro-worker?
That it was done.
Okay, so I'm guessing the whole debate is about Trump. The whole entire debate. They don't even have different side debates or side topics about something else.
The purposes of national security.
Okay. Assuming it was not done for the purpose of national security.
I'm not going to assume that. I want to know. So when you say, here's the thing. When you talk about a government awarding a contract, right? What do you think governments award contracts for?
It could be anything at all related to the federal supply chain for things that we use. I mean, there's so many things.
And that's all national security, right? All of that's national security. So infrastructure is national security. If the lights go out tomorrow, it's national security. If the roads go down tomorrow, yeah. I don't know if you know this or not, Alex, but if the entire Midwest of the United States, let's say the entire power grid went down, that would be a matter of national security. Yes.
But then that kind of disproves your whole point. Then why would Trump reward the companies? Why would Trump? Mm-hmm. Yeah, why would Trump reward the companies who did the outsourcing then?
Well, because like I said, there could be a good reason for this, meaning you may not be able to replace them with.
All right, yeah, this is a trope to me. I'm not even into politics like that, but this is cool. I thought I was gonna jump into something else that I can be, interested in, maybe society, maybe dating and relationships, because Alex is typically like a dating and relationship, type of person, society at most, feminism, things of that nature. So I thought they would dive in some topics like that, but I guess not. So yeah, I'm probably gonna jump to another video. But yeah, peace.